feel to close the game like that with your safety? I know you guys had one earlier in the day, but to actually get it on the board this time.
Oh man, I want to first of all I want to shout out Trevor Nowalski. He set that play up all game with what he was doing with the games he was doing with Hutch, and I just happened to go back to see what he was doing, X and by what he was doing, and capitalize off of that. So I want to give a huge kudos to him and shout out to Trevor Nowalski. But man, I mean, to be able to do that, to come home and make a play like that means a lot to me. Playing in front of a lot of friends and family and people here to support me. I owe it to them, and it actually made me realize, what's my why and why I do it, and this is the reason. And there are a lot of emotions flowing through the air, but I got to give a shout out to the guys, to the defense for doing their job, making the stops when we needed them, keep pushing forward. They almost had a run coming back there at the end, but Coach always tells us, Coach Shep, and even my linebacker coach, somebody got to make a play, and why not you? Why not look deep into yourself and be the reason? So I took that to heart, and so.
David also had a couple big plays in a homecoming game. Just how much does it mean to share that with him, but you, as a player, to be able to make a memory in your hometown like that?
Man, David is a guy that, man, I'd say when he faces adversity, he presses forward and he gives it his all. Man, he deserves more. He deserves, man, everything that comes his way. He is a amazing running back, amazing person. Man, to see him out there balling and getting touchdowns and doing it in his city is unbelievable, man. Every time he got the ball, man, I'm like, man, score, because he deserves that, man. He puts the work in. He's back home in front of hundreds and hundreds of family members and friends, man. He's a baller, and I'm super proud of him. So.
Do you have an estimate for how many friends and family were here today?
I said about 100. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the most. And she said that she see a lot of 55 jerseys. I don't really see them when we go on other games, even at home, and I'm kind of disappointed about that. So fans, y'all watching, I don't want to promote nothing, but go buy my jersey. But no, I've seen them, man, just to see a lot of. I mean, we driving there on the bus and I'm seeing 55 jerseys out there, man. That's love, man. I just that was my main goal today, is just to make the people here that came to support me proud. So.
Shep's been on you guys to stop the first drive touchdowns. You did that today.
Yeah.
So you're not going to hear about that on Monday.
Right.
You're going to hear about letting up points late.
100%.
What do you think is going to be?
I mean, he has very high expectations for us, and we do too. We have a standard on the defense, and we don't live up to that. I mean, obviously with the win, that's great, but when we get to playing teams like the Chiefs and nothing against the Bengals, I think they're an amazing organization. But when we get to those, Philly, when we get to those, guys the teams that we know are going to challenge us a lot, those small mistakes can beat you. And I know he's proud of the win, obviously, but there's a lot of things that we can correct, a lot of things that we could, get better at, and we will. That's what we do. We go back to the drawing board. We go back to practice and eliminate those mistakes, because when the big games come, we need to be on point. So, no, I mean, obviously a great team win, but obviously a lot more stuff that we could have done better out there on the field. So.
Something that's lacked from the linebacker room the last couple of years is turnovers. Jack strips one the other day. Alex gets safety. You force turnover with safety, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
How much of a priority has that been to kind of maybe take that aspect of what you guys do to a different level this year?
Yeah, I mean, we preach all the time. I mean, it's funny because we do this tradition where we watch all the turnovers, on Saturdays. We come in as a whole defensive unit and we watch all the turnovers around the league, and we always look at each other as linebackers like, man, we got to start getting the ball out and getting interceptions and sacks and things like that, because, we got a phenomenal group from, myself to Enzo, to Jack, to Nowalski, to freaking Grant. We got new guy coming in here, Summers. We got, I hope I'm not missing nobody, please. Zach Cunningham, he's out right now, but I mean, even when Malcolm get back, I mean, we got just such an amazing group of guys, man. Guys who make plays on special teams, guys who make plays in the game. Like, we're a solid group, man, and we have high expectations for ourselves, and I feel like when we out there, we're competing about making a play, but also doing it within the scheme, and obviously not competing against each other, kind of, but in a fun way. And we just love to see each other win, man. Nothing makes me more proud to go out there and see our linebackers making plays, and man, I get so hyped. But No, definitely an emphasis for us, man. We got to start getting the ball as a linebacker unit. DBs are doing an amazing job. Obviously, D-line doing a wonderful job also. So, I think that it goes a long way. And, we always say that, the defense runs through us, and how the level of play that we play at is, determines how our defense is going to play. And we take that to heart. And Shep has a really, he was our coach at a point in time, and, he has high expectations for us. And, we learned a lot from him, and we know what the goal is. So.
Watching all the turnovers, what is the objective of that besides motivation? I guess.
What you mean?
Watching all the turnovers, what are you looking to gain from that? I guess exercise.
Yeah, I would just say, continue to do it. We got one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best offenses in the league. So when you can keep giving them the ball and allow them to get their explosives and get our running backs going, wide receivers going. Get JG going, our tight ends. They are explosive offense over there. So when you can continue to give them the ball, the sky's the limit. And I think that's what we preach. I know Shep always tells us, when something happens on the offensive side, we go over to JG and we tell him, look, to get you a shot of water because you about to be right back on the field. And we live by that, and we truly mean that. And we just got to continue to play complementary football. And that's how it happens. If defense is down, offense got our back. If offense is down, defense got their back, and then special teams also. We got a great special teams coach, Coach Phipp, man. He's amazing, and we treat all the defense, offense, and special teams the same because it all combines. And I know if we continue to play complementary football among those three groups, the sky's the limit. So.
Last one. Talking a little bit about he sort of felt like he had the pick, but then he got beat on the one, and just kind of the way that you guys gave up a couple scores late. Is that I don't know? Do you feel that way? Is that does the defense sort of feel that way, and just sort of the thought, I guess, of as good as you guys played and dominated for a large chunk of the game, there's still a lot more to be.
Yeah, we talk about Amik. You said right, man. Amik is a guy that he never gets too high, never gets too low, man. He just goes out there and dominates and does his job. That's why you go out there and you see him making the plays. Obviously that's one thing we emphasize, not giving up explosives in the pass game or in the run game. But things happen. Like we always say, man, those guys get paid to play football also. But we know we have a standard, and we know we are as a defense, and those are things we just can't accept. Obviously you have to move on. This is a type of game, type of league, and you have to just forget about that play and move on to the next one. But he's amazing. I know he's always on the bounce back, and also what you might see on the field might not be what you actually think it is as far as our defensive scheme. But man, I honestly don't even know what. I know what happened. They scored, but also within the scheme, you never know what actually really happened. But no, man, I'm super proud of Amik, man. He always bounces back. All our DBs, anytime anything happens, we know how to bounce back from it because that's what we do. But no, I think that as a collective, we will go back, watch it, correct those correctables, and move on to next week.
Defensively, how do you walk away from that? You feel you guys were so dominant, but obviously.
Yeah, 100%. When you're dominating a team like that, and then towards the end we just kind of give up some big plays. That kind of hurts because we know the work that we put in, we know the standard that we have, we know that. We know what kind of coach we have, and he doesn't allow those type of things, and you kind of almost feel like, man, I let him down, and we don't ever want to do that when it comes to our defense coordinator, Coach Shep. But he knows how to calm the storm down and build confidence in moments like that because we can sometimes people can get down on themselves, but Shep knows how to like I said, calm the storm and get people going. So even after play like that And as you can see, that's one of those times where we got to go in the game, and somebody needs to make a big play after something like that. So I think that we did a good job responding, and it came out with the win. So.
David, let's start with this. Your first touchdown back in your hometown, fittingly, is a touchdown pass for a former high school quarterback. How meaningful was that for you?
Yeah, super meaningful. Be able to come back home where, it all started for me. Being able to kind of show my arm where it all started for me. So I think it was a super special moment.
Did you come into this game thinking about it being a big game for you personally?
Not really. I kind of take every game the same, look at it the same, prepare the same. It was just another game for me, so I'm happy that we was able to go out and get the win.
There were a lot of shots of your sister watching and smiling, especially your second touchdown. How meaningful was that for you to have her watching?
Yeah, it was super meaningful. My sister hadn't seen me play in person since, her accident. But to be able to kind of get her here, I really appreciate the Cincinnati Bengals helping and making sure that she got on the field. I think that was really special, and I appreciate them for that. But, you know, it was a very special moment for me.
Was there any extra motivation for you against your hometown team? I mean, you could have played here possibly, who knows. Was there extra motivation in this game for you?
Like I said, it was just the same for me. I'm happy that I'm with these guys. You know, we got some selfless guys on this team. And, you know, it's special just to be here with a group of guys who love the game and play for each other.
Hey, David, just talk about this performance. You come in without Taylor. This team just rallies around each other and gets the job done.
Yeah, I think understanding that we always got guys who are locked and loaded, and, you know, everybody takes it serious. So, you know, Taylor's a super, super important piece for us in our team. And, you know, we miss him all the time when he's not out there. But, you know, Manu did a good job stepping up and kind of filling in for his place. So I'm happy that we was able to get the win for him, though.
We saw you with the touchdown pass out of the Wildcat look. Just talk me through that play and what you saw and how it developed.
Yeah, we had been repping the play for a couple of weeks, but I was a little nervous because I hadn't greased up my arm today. So, but I was able to get downhill, drop back a little bit, and throw a little dot to Brock. So it was super cool.
You got the score on the ground as well, coming back home. That's 2 touchdowns you're a part of. And I know the win is the most important thing, but how did it feel just to have that kind of effort here coming back home?
Yeah, it was super cool to come back home. Like I said, I haven't played here since I left high school, but being able to get in the box was super cool. So I'm just happy that we were able to win.
I know you meant a lot to Derrick as well to come back. And what did it mean to see him get that safety as well? And you guys were able to kind of both get it done out here.
Yeah, you know, this was kind of special for us. Me and Derrick been talking about it all week as far as like what we was going to do as celebrations, but I'm happy that he was going to go out and perform highly. And, you know, he always plays really well, so I think it was super cool to see him go out and ball out today.
Hey, big picture, 4 in a row for this football team. How you guys feeling right now? Confidence has to be extremely high.
Yeah, I mean, I think we always confident, no matter the situation or no matter the record. Again, we got some selfless guys, and we honestly putting this one in the dirt, getting ready for Kansas City.
How important Derrick is to you and how close you two are. What did it mean to see him get that back here?
Oh, it was great. Obviously, he shut it out, shut him down at the last series, and he had a really good pass rush. I just saw the clip, and you know, that's what he does. And it's good to see him doing it in his home city.
You've had a lot of near interceptions the past couple.
Have I?
Not a lot. You've had a couple.
I gotta say, I don't remember many.
Yeah, you've had a couple. Just haven't been to the field to snag that one today.
I mean, yeah. Anytime you can make a game-changing play, it's good. But yeah, it was good to get it.
Yeah. Just the way you guys were hawking the ball today, is that representation of the way the defense wants to play?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think they were going to give their guys chances in 50-50 balls, and there were some really good plays that were made on the ball, especially just hanging one from Amik was really good. Who else had one?
Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby had a good one. So, and TA almost had one. So these 50-50 balls were really the, you know, the opportunity for us. We were able to capitalize on a lot of them.
How do you process the game like this? Where you guys like dominate?
Yeah, yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
For like the final 10.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. Obviously, there's some learning lessons. You know, just stuff that we have to be disciplined on, and you know, the end of the game, we're gonna be in those games this year, and we have to understand what the team, the offense is really trying to do, and whether it's limiting those big explosive plays, just playing deep to short, and you know, we got to learn from it.
Did you think you had the first 3 and out on the first drive that Shep has been clamoring for? It seemed like it was there, then the late flag comes in.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we wanted to start fast. It's been the running joke or whatnot, but yeah, it was good to get the stop after that penalty and kind of calm the storm and get our offense going.
Yeah, you know, when I stepped out there, it was definitely like a moment to take in. You know, what was great was that everyone on the sideline was supporting me. The amount of like, you know, strength coaches up to like, you know, coaches like defensive coaches that came up to me and they just said they're super proud of me. You know, it was amazing. And then I had a long talk with Hank on the side, you know, as soon as the anthem broke, you know, he just told me not to think, go play, and he told me you deserve this moment. And yeah, it was definitely big. Definitely teared up a bit just because, you know, my journey, I'd never think that I would start or be in the NFL, you know, just where I came from and how far I've came. But, you know, it was definitely, yeah, a moment to take back.
You knew it wasn't going to be perfect. It never is for an offensive tackle. How do you feel you held up in this game?
Yeah, you know, 2 sacks, you know, that's all I'm going to say. And there's a standard in our room, and there's a standard that I hold in myself. And, yeah, that's just not the standard.
Was the speed? Could you feel the difference of the speed, the intensity of, regular season starters versus anything you've seen before?
The speed, if I'm being honest, wasn't that much different to me. If I was being honest, like practice was more intense than what I faced out there. But for the errors I had in the game, the two sacks that I gave up, the first one was just I didn't hear the kill on the play, and then the second one was just I was too aggressive on the run cell. But other than that, I think the coaching staff made it did a good job making practice this week intense for me. They gave me good looks. I also expected it to be 10 times more louder, but I was able to just lock in. Again, hats off to Coach Campbell and them, because they were blasting crowd noise throughout practice the whole time, and that was 10 times more louder than what this was. So.
I feel like your offense took their crowd out of it pretty early, just with the way you opened up that first drive.
Wait, say that again?
You feel like the offense took their crowd out of it and settled things down, just the way you guys dominated that first drive.
Yeah, for sure, and not just that, but the sea of blue that I saw in the stadium, it was to a point where I think as soon as we broke the national anthem, the Jared Goff / Lion chants, I instantly was like, okay, this is a home game. And then when we went on as an offense, I barely even heard the crowd. I don't even think we went on silent cadence that whole drive, so it was good for us. So yeah.
You mentioned you teared up at one point. When did those emotions hit you? When was that moment? What was that like for you to kind of process?
Just doing my own warm-up before the game, taking on the field by myself, and then, doing the national anthem, and then just talking to Hank after it. It just hits me there, just a kid from an island, played in Canada, starting for, one of the top teams in the NFL, starting the left tackle, it's a dream come true. So, yeah.
How much did Taylor help you?
Couple more guys.
How much did Taylor help this week?
Oh, he helped a lot. I have Coach Hank, but then he was like a second of Hank to me. Anything I needed help with this whole week, I would go talk to him. Even on the sideline, coming off after every drive, he was right there. He was telling me what I could do better and what I did good at. So it's vital to have someone like that, a veteran guy like that. So I'm always appreciative of Deck, and he's always a mentor to me. So yeah.
You guys kind of smelling blood in the water with the takeaways now.
Yeah.
It's a few games. I think you were top 10 coming in. You get 3 more today. Is that the feeling with you guys?
Yeah. The game is about the ball, man. The game is about the ball. You can't score touchdowns without the ball. You can't get turnovers without the ball. So you got to keep on chasing those, man. But in the midst of those, in the midst of doing, getting those takeaways, you just got to continue doing our job, digging a little deeper. We got a lot of guys going out. So we got to dig a little deeper.
How do you guys survive in the secondary with all those injuries? I mean, Terrion again today. Obviously,
yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough, but we built for it, man. We built for it, man. We have to be built for it. Myself, the next man up. It's just a position God put us in. God put me in. I can handle it. Like I said, we'll be back. We got a very important game coming up. Next game is always the most important one. And just keep this train rolling, man.
I mean, how do you process this one? The defense dominates for 50 minutes, but ends up giving up 20. What do you make of this? What do you walk away from this game feeling, I guess, as a defense?
Me personally, man, I feel like, if I'm because I just have high expectations for myself. And outside looking at you might say, well, he caught a pick and he started off fast. He was all over the field, but it's like that's something that I do that in my sleep. So it's all about finishing. So next week, I'll start off fast again, and I'll finish it. Start as far as the defense, man. Like I said, we started out fast, but we kind of took a step back towards the end, and that started with me. That started with me. I can handle that, because I know how to respond to it, and I'll be fine.
Were you hunting a second pick on
deep
ball to tomorrow?
Because I said I wanted, I told myself my goal that I wanted 2 was I knew I was going to have targets. It was 30 long. He sat at the sticks. I was trying to jump it. That's all me, man. Just being greedy, bad eyes. But it's something I can fix, man. For us, because when I'm on it, man, when I'm playing with good eyes, whatever, I'm one of the most stickiest guys in the league. If it's nickel, corner, I feel like I'm very sticky in the secondary. Most of the time I'm beat is because of bad eyes. It's just something I gotta fix.
You guys were so dominant though through three quarters. Just some of that slippage, whether it's trying to jump a route or kind of whatever happened, giving up those late scores. Is that just natural though? You know what I mean? Like kind of, hey, we got this one in the bag. I mean, is any of that?
No, I don't think it's that. You know, I don't think it's that. I just say, you know, like I said, for myself, man, I was being greedy for that second one. You know, I was just being greedy for that second one, man. Got, you know, bad eyes. Hell of a play by him, but you know, it's something that I gave him. You know, that's why it's eating me up more, because I knew better than that.
Having somebody like that, I have a lot of respect for that dude, and just even watching like his pedigree and like what he does out there, and then just even somebody who talked back, like during the game, like y'all could see us, like we were just going at it whole game. So, I mean, a lot of respect for that dude, and I feel like games like that, like I get up for games like that.
Yeah, you get flagged for the PI, or chase, but then like a play later, come back with the pass breakup on a very similar route. Can you explain like the differences and how those two plays transpired and what leads to the different outcome, I guess?
Yeah, I feel like that first one, I mean, I strapped the route. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, like just having like guys who are like veterans, and you know, the NFL getting used to how I play, like I'm very, very sticky. Yeah, so I mean, you know, stuff like that, you got to keep going.
Because the technique looked pretty much the same on each
I strapped the route. And then I looked at him, you could see by the reaction on the sidelines, everybody like, what?
Yeah. So. Can you guess what you're playing at right now? I know it's not 100%, but like, are you 75? Are you 80%?
Like 75%.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole thing is just going out there, getting the best treatment I could get during the week, and go out there and let the chips fall where they may.
Is there an element of frustration that comes with that? Like, you want to be playing at your best, and right now it's physically impossible too, and you hold yourself to really a high standard, and I don't know if you feel like you're meeting it, but just like in year two, what's the frustration that you might be kind of fighting through right now to be at your best when you can't be?
I would say as of right now, it's more mental than anything. Yeah. And, you know, just getting better at even like learning how to play smarter than harder. Yeah. And then I got a good group of guys, just even being in the film room with guys like DJ, Amik, and just learning how to play more like a vet.
Dope, you know, Demo, he's from here, so it's great. You know, we put in that play for him to throw a little tutty, so that's good. I'm glad that we put that in, and then he got a rushing touchdown. I didn't know he was going to dance. I thought he was going to do the Joker thing, but who knows.
It's a couple of weeks of pretty good scoring outputs, but I'm sure you would say you didn't play your best football. How much appeal is it to know that you guys can put up 30+ and still have so much more, you know, left on the bone?
It's unbelievable. You know, this is all phases of the game are executing then, you know. Offense, defense, and special teams. Maybe some days, some games, it might be defense a little more. And then offense, that's the big thing right now. We're scoring off turnovers and things of that nature. And the defense is doing a hell of a job and getting us back on the field. So not on your best day, still putting up 30, it's amazing. So we just got to continue to grow as a team. All 22, 30, 40 of us, 53. So we just got to continue to get better. And that's what I know we'll do.
What's the mindset of an offensive lineman when you take over at the 30 versus, you know, having to drive 80 yards?
It's amazing, you know. I mean, but for us, it doesn't matter. 99-yard drives, 30-yard drives, 5-yard drives. It's all the same for us.
What do you think of the way that Jared's playing right now? It just seems like this is automatic for him.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. He's one of the best. He's the best quarterback I've ever played with. I mean, he's just so precise. He commands us, the huddle. You know, as a younger guy, for me, it's just the aura that he gives off is unbelievable. And when he's dialed, he just seems like he's untouchable.
So he's got one.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, man.
We got some depth, you know. So, yeah, man. And then also we got great coaches. Coach Shep is doing an amazing job, you know, putting everybody in position. And Coach Casey, you know, our D-line coach. And, you know, start from the head coach down. You know, everybody's just putting us in position. We all working together and doing some amazing things. So it's an unbelievable defense, an unbelievable team to be a part of. Happy to be a part of.
Dan said there's, you know, those takeaways, it's like blood in the water, right? One's coming after another, everyone wants one. What is that feeling like on the sideline on the team when they start coming like that?
I mean, they come in bunches, you know, and when you see guys make some plays and stuff like that, you know, who don't want to make a play? So, you know, we all just feeding off each other, you know, and it's been working out for us.
How good was it to get the safety at the end of the game after the almost like that in the second quarter?
that was unbelievable. I mean, to go out there and, you know, come up with a play like that, it's no better way to end the game. I mean, that was just unbelievable.
Just where do you feel like this team is? I mean, tied for the best record in the NFC now. Got a couple big ones coming up these next couple weeks before the bye. Where do you feel like you guys are collectively?
I mean, we're just taking it 1 week at a time. I think, you know, there's still room to get better, and we're going to go back to the drawing board and, you know, correct some mistakes. And then each week we're going to keep growing, you know. So it's definitely room to improve, but I like where we're going. I like where we're headed.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.